Remember, numbers tell the story of your workforce, but only if you know the right ones to track. Welcome back to HR Analytics and Rewards Lab. On this channel, we simplify HR analytics and rewards for professionals like you. Today, we will be discussing 5 metrics within HR. We will begin with promotion. Promotion rate shows us how internal talent is moving up. That is a signal of growth and retention. Then we will discuss confirmation rate and new hire confirmation rate. This actually helps us measure how well recruitment and onboarding are working. They actually connect directly with workforce quality. We will then look at turnover and attrition. This helps us to track how many people are leaving, linking them back to whether promotions, confirmations, and quality hires are keeping people engaged. So if you track this consistently, your HR data becomes management decision-making power. Okay, so today we'll begin with tracking the promotion rate. So for promotion rate, we are looking at a 4-year cycle, 2021 to 2024. Let me mention that for promotion rate, you might have to do it in retrospect because for the current year, you would have to wait for the full year appraisal to be done and concluded before you can have these metrics. So moving on, for us to track promotion rate, we will look at the total employees that took the full year's appraisal and not your total head count. Otherwise, you would overstate your denominator. Then you look at the total number of employees that were promoted over the years. And so the simple formula here is taking the total number of promoted employees and dividing it by the total number of people that took the full year appraisal, and you will get your percentage. And then you repeat the same thing from 2021 to 2024, and we can see our trend showing us that the average is about 9%. So in 2021, we had 10%, 2022, we had 8%, and in 2024, it went back to 10%. Then we'll move to confirmation rates. For confirmation rates, again, we are looking at a 4-year period. Now, to compute your confirmation rate, you have to take the total number of employees that are eligible for confirmation. So you don't take your full head count again because there might be some people that are not eligible. Since we are focusing on confirmation, in this organization, their confirmation is after 6 months. So we'll take employees that are 6 months and above and say, okay, these are their head counts. Then the total number of confirmed eligible employees, we have this number here, 288. So for confirmation rate, it's again simple. We'll take the total number of confirmed employees and divide it by the total eligible employees, and we'll have our percentage, which is 99%, and repeat that till 2024. Again, we see the trend and it has dropped in 2024. So the organization, the HR of this organization, needs to begin to drill down to confirm what the actual cause of this drop is in 2024. Could it be new hire rates? Could it be that the quality of candidates entering into the organization is now lower? Now let's see and check that. For new hire confirmation rates, we will take those that have been in the organization in the past 1 year so that we can see the actual numbers, and then eligible for 6 months and above. Remember, in this organization, you have to be 6 months to be eligible for confirmation. So these are the numbers. Then the total number of confirmed employees from the eligible employees that have been in the company in the past 1 year. So the new hire confirmation rate is taking the confirmed new hires and dividing it by the eligible new hires, and we have our rate again. We repeat the same till the end of the year. And here we see that in 2024, we have 81% of them being confirmed, which is different from the norm, possibly causing the reason why the overall confirmation rate had dipped in 2024 for everybody from 99% to 97%. So the HR of this organization needs to begin to look at onboarding issues, the quality of candidates, the source of candidates. Then we move over to turnover rates. Recall in our last video, I said that for turnover rates, you do not just take the last head count of the year in December. You actually take the head count month on month and then get the average. Now, for us to get the average, it's our simple formula, the average of the January to December head counts. and we repeat that same for 2021 to 2024. We also have our total exits, which is 15 in 2021, 25 in 2022, 24 in 2023, and 34 in 2024. So our turnover rate will be the total exits divided by the average headcount of the year. And then we'll see that we have 4.9%. We'll repeat the same action for 2024, and we can see the trend that we have grown from 4.9% to 9.8% of turnover rate. And this is actually 29% growth year on year. So we need to track why we have so much increase in turnover between 2023 and 2024. Could it be an increase in involuntary exits? So that being said, we'll look at our attrition, where we are focusing on only voluntary exits. So again, we'll get the average head count for the year, and we'll do that by taking the average of January to December, and repeat the same for 2021 to 2024. Now the attrition rate, which is focusing on only voluntary exit, or maybe exits that the appraisal scores of those that exited were meets expectation and above. So, but we are just focusing on those that are not involuntary. So the formula here is simply taking the total voluntary exits and dividing it by the average head count, and we get our rate. And we see that it is 4.6 for 2021, and then 8.6. So it's no longer 9.8 that we had at the total turnover, but for attrition it's actually 8.6. So all five metrics helps us get a full cycle view. More like, are we bringing in the right people? Are we growing them? And are we keeping them? For example, if promotion rate is high, but attrition is also high, it may mean employees are leaving even after being promoted. This signals issue with competitiveness or even leadership. Or in the case where new hire promotion rate is low, it points to poor recruitment quality or onboarding gaps, prompting managers to rethink hiring channels or provide better probation support. So if you like what we have just discussed here today, please subscribe to this channel for more HR analytics insights.